Hey, John, how's it going? Thanks so much for being with us here in Minneapolis.
My pleasure, buddy. I spent a lot of time in Minneapolis over the years. I opened Mall of America up there back in
What?
'91. Yeah, and
Wait a
owned
minute.
three
Tell us,
restaurants in Mall of America.
tell us about this.
No, I was one of the first tenants in Mall of America. I was involved in it in the very, very early days and owned three restaurants in Mall of America.
Which restaurants at the time?
I had Alamo Grill, Gators on the third floor, and also was involved in Rainforest Cafe.
All great places. All right. Well, John, thank you so much. Twin Cities, we're talking with Jon Taffer. We're talking about season 8 of Bar Rescue, which airs at 9 p.m. on Paramount Network. May 2nd is the premiere, so check it out. And John, for people out there who have not seen the show yet, tell us what it's all about.
Oh boy, Bar Rescue is a pretty simple premise. I go into troubled businesses, bars and restaurants. I'm given 4 days to turn them around. And within those 4 days, I do a remodel and develop products, systems, logos, training, everything. And it's since I only have 4 days to do it, it's intense. So this season, of course, is even more intense because of the pandemic and the fact that Las Vegas is my hometown.
And that's one of the things that obviously everybody's dealing with right now is the pandemic. What are your thoughts on how it's been handled from as far as like these restaurants and stuff trying to survive? What do you think about the handling, and where do we go from here?
Well, I think we could all question, how one state dealt with it one way, another state dealt with it another way. And I'm not one to look back and challenge what's been done. I'm one to look forward. And here's what I believe. We're going to lose about 38% of our restaurants nationally. Some places higher, some places lower. I'm guessing California will be one of the highest in my expectations. But when the marketplace comes back this summer and this fall, and I believe it will in big force, we're going to have 38% less capacity of our restaurants. So the restaurants that survive could do very, very well next year. That's a reason to hang in there and continue to fight for this. But I believe late summer, next fall is going to be the roaring 20s all over again.
And for people that maybe haven't seen the show, there's definitely some tough love involved on your part in order to help these people get back on their feet.
He lost his house. He's borrowing money to survive. It's you guys. Had you done this right and be responsible in the alcohol, the money transactions, he wouldn't be having this problem right now.
Do you ever look back at the clips and feel bad about the way you handled things, or do you think that's just part of getting people to where they need to get?
Well, I always get my hug at the end. There's only one episode ever in the history of Bar Rescue that I didn't get my hug. So when I get that hug, they say things to me like, "Thank you, John. You were the father I never had. Thanks for being tough. I needed it. You helped me with my wife. You helped me with my children." So I got to tell you, when I look back, I have no regrets. And when I get that hug, it inspires me to be even tougher the next week. Because as tough as I am, they know what my intentions are. And my intentions are to leave them in a better place.
When you go into these restaurants, bars that you're trying to help out, you see a lot of things that aren't handled correctly. You have high standards. What's the most ridiculous thing that you've seen when you've come into a bar or restaurant that you're trying to help out?
The most unique things we see is just disrespect, and that's what really gets me. A bar and a restaurant is about respecting customers, giving them cleanliness, giving them good quality and service, respecting your employees, respecting your community. When that respect doesn't exist, I sort of take it a little personally, and it becomes a real motivator for me to create an operation that a community and an owner can be proud of. And it's unfortunate how sometimes I have to push them so hard to get there.
You are a very successful entrepreneur, but one of the things that a lot of people like myself may be most excited about is the fact that you came up with the NFL ticket. I'm sure you've talked about this a lot, but my question is, where did you get the idea? Because obviously it's a genius idea. How did that come into your head as an idea?
Well, that was back in 1995 or 6, I believe, 95. And I got a phone call from a company called ComSat, and they did pay-per-view movies and such in hotels. And they called me up and they said, "John, we want to put together a program called out-of-market sports programming, whereby in New York, you could buy the Dallas Cowboys signal, let's say. So you get the local coach show and a signal. Could you help us put together a feasibility study if that works, and we'll license it from the NFL?" So we did. So we developed the feasibility study. Then they came back to us another time and said, develop the product. So we developed the product, and something called compression happened that allowed us to receive multiple signals on one transponder. So then we developed the whole Sunday ticket model of 7 or 8 games simultaneously. Then we put together the marketing plan for it. And ComSat went to NFL with all of our work and said, can we license this from you? And the NFL said, you know what, this is great. I think we're going to do it ourselves. So the NFL put me on the advisory board of NFL Enterprises, and it turned into NFL Sunday Ticket.
That's amazing. What would you say out of all the accomplishments? I mean, you're an author. You obviously have this very successful show, very successful business ventures like the one we just talked about. What's your biggest success during your career?
You know, I think my biggest success to me personally is the respect that I receive from the people around me. You know, that feels the best. You know you're successful in life when people around you respect what you've done and who you are. That to me is the ultimate measurement to success, and I'm very proud of that.
And you mentioned being from Las Vegas. What would you say is your favorite casino in Las Vegas?
Oh boy, you're putting me in such a difficult political situation. You know, they're all different. You know, I go to Caesars for the Caesars experience. I go to Wynn for the Wynn experience. That's what's great about Las Vegas, is I don't think anybody has a favorite anything. It's all the kind of mood you're in and the kind of an experience you want. That's what's great about Las Vegas, is that depth of so many places and experiences to enjoy when you're here. It's great to see everything opening up again, and the Strip is busy again, and it's very exciting here.
Are you, I mean, you invented NFL Ticket, so I'm assuming you're a big NFL fan. Have you had a chance to check out the Raiders' new stadium?
Of course, it's unbelievable. I think it's probably the finest stadium in the country. Even the art is curated by a great artist, Michael Goddard. So it's an incredible place. The suites, the stadium, it has huge windows that look on the Strip as you're in the stadium, which is very, very unique. At night, when you go to night games, you'll see the Las Vegas Strip lighted up in the background. It's a beautiful stadium.
And you have all these great ideas. What's the next? Give me an idea. I want to create something like the NFL Ticket. I need an invention here. I mean, you have millions of these things.
Well, I don't give those away, though. We got to talk business before I give you the ideas. I give you an idea, you give me money. That's the way it sort of works.
All right. Sounds good. Well, that's why you're sitting where you are and I'm sitting where I am. All right. Well, Jon Taffer, thank you so much. Twin Cities, make sure you check out Season 8 Bar Rescue. It premieres May 2nd at 9 p.m. on Paramount Network. Thanks, Jon.
Bye-bye. Be well.